Evening, and it's a relatively cool day today, at least by Arizona standards, but it's humid to us. And whenever I say that, I get a snicker from those of you who lived in the Midwest or do live in the Midwest by now, because whenever it's very humid here, it's only moderately humid to you. But still, it's more humid today, and that means our monsoon has finally hit us a little bit, and we're kind of excited about that. Now, this is a very short psalm we're going to look at this morning. It's Psalm 70 as we continue our trek through the Psalms. And this is a psalm of desperation. This is a psalm, I imagine it to be something like this. We know that David was often on the run. When he was young, he was on the run from his king, King Saul, who was after him, wanted to prevent him from becoming the next king of Israel. And then when he was old, he was on the run basically from his son Absalom, when Absalom wanted to usurp his throne and led for a while somewhat of a successful coup against David. And so on the run is sort of a theme that I think of when I think of David. And this psalm sort of sounds to me like if you've seen a movie where someone's running from a pursuer and stops to hide for a few moments and has a few moments while they contemplate their next move. And that's kind of the sense, I think, of this psalm. I'll read it for you, trying to give it maybe something of the sense that it has. And I think you'll find that it is a worthy psalm for us to consider when we find ourselves desperate for God to do something. It begins with the word, "Make haste, O God." Make haste. So this is a psalm of haste, saying, God, hurry up and do something about my situation. And yet it does express confidence in God in the middle of that. So let me read it for you and make a few comments this afternoon. Psalm 70, to the choir master of David for the memorial offering. Make haste, O God, to deliver me. O Lord, make haste to help me. Let them be put to shame and confusion who seek my life. Let them be turned back and brought to dishonor who delight in my hurt. Let them turn back because of their shame who say, aha, aha. He pauses to reflect. May all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who love your salvation say evermore, God is great. But I am poor and needy. Hasten to me, O God. You are my help and my deliverer. O Lord, do not delay. Do you see the framework of this psalm bookended by the phrases by the imperatives, make haste, O God. O Lord, make haste to help me. And verse 5 at the close, hasten to me, O God. You are my help and my deliverer. O Lord, do not delay. And here we see this oft repeated theme in the Psalms that we find such a difficult time applying to our lives when we are in need. Because the psalmic pattern is this: I am honest with God about how I feel about my troubles, but I release my troubles into His care and trust Him to bring salvation. I don't take them into my own hands. I don't seek revenge. I don't complain against God and then turn my back on God. I complain to God and then I rest in God. Even when I don't understand Him, even when I don't like that He doesn't do what I tell Him or ask Him to do, I express my honest, heartfelt, raw, even unspiritual feelings to God sometimes. My anger sometimes against those who have hurt me and let me down, who do not respect me, or whatever all it might be. Honesty, painful honesty about those things. But then, again, having said how I feel and what I see, both in regard to God and my circumstances and the people around me, I then rest in Him and trust Him to bring salvation to me. Oh, how we could use that in our current situation whether culturally, politically, family-wise, community-wise. We are so quick to lash out and to seek to take into our own hands what what needs to be done, or to find our own ways to deal with those situations, or to embrace the weapons of this world without embracing the God in whom we trust. So let's learn from David to trust in God. Yes, expressing our feelings, expressing our desire for Him to come and rescue us, but trusting in Him and knowing that ultimately He is the only one in whom is found salvation. So let me read the psalm for you one more time. Make haste, O God, to deliver me. O Lord, make haste to help me. Let them be put to shame and my life. Let them be turned back and brought to dishonor who delight in my hurt. Let them turn back because of their shame who say, aha, aha. May all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who love your salvation say evermore, God is great. But I'm poor and needy. Hasten to me, O God. You are my help and my deliverer. O Lord, do not delay. With that as our prayer, let us trust God as He leads us, even through difficult times, knowing that we can have confidence in Him and that He does hasten to deliver. God operates not according to our timetable, but according to His. He always does what needs to be done in time, in His time. He makes all things beautiful in His time. In the meantime, we rest in Him, pleading with Him and trusting in Him as we commit our problems to Him. God bless you and have a great, great week.